Hello, my friends. Welcome to our late night broadcast. So for those of you that have questions or things that you need help with, please type them in the chat window. And I have to tell you, October is going to be an outrageous month for all of you. And on Thursday, we're going to be introducing our new project launch script, which is a slight variation of the project launch script that some of you are used to. The difference is this one has some variations, so you're going to be able to use it with some more people. Additionally, for the current boot camp, we have a new boot camp tool, an updated social media private message scripts, and we're also going to be releasing our complete anthology of all scripts, which also have some amazing features. So, boot camp, instead of 4 sessions, we're going to have a 5th session. And it's going to include the new scripts. And I've extended the 90-day boot camp challenge so you can participate in the October, November, and December boot camps. Price is basically $59 a boot camp. Okay, so enough of that. Most of my students come on here at night because they've got questions. All right, and Debbie's got a couple of conversations that she's going to. And Dennis, you sent out 40 or 50 icebreakers to Uber drivers. Okay. Okay, so first, let's do this. Let me pop over here. And by the way, I just finished up a special training for my friends in Isagenix, which is the reason I was a couple of minutes late. And on Sunday, I couldn't believe it. Right before my eyes, LinkedIn made a change. We tell you that changes are going to take place throughout while we're in boot camp because LinkedIn is changing all the time. If I go to my profile, remember that they created creator mode so that people could see what you posted, but you had to take the connect button off and replace it with a follow button, which was not to your advantage. And now what's happening is if you post a moving image, then it's going to show up on your profile. I still have the connect button. Can't explain why they're doing it, but it's just going to help you be more appealing to the people that you want to talk to. All right, so first, We're going to jump into James' account. Now, remember, it's all about conversation. All about conversation. See, did this guy ever answer you? No. So let's go over to our message area. So let's look at Mindy. Okay. So she's seeking a new position. Successful business development manager. Training my peers. So she left this job in March. So she's been out of work for 6 months. Now, let me.
Good evening, Max.
James. So what do? I'm a nurse. Now, when somebody shows on a profile, you ask her, what do you do? Which is important because she could have picked up another job. But an important question to ask is, why'd you leave your last job?
Yeah, I thought I asked that for some reason, but I guess I missed that in the following the thread that she was,
It's okay.
yeah,
So-
I thought I'd asked that for some reason. For some reason or other, I thought I knew, and I don't know why I don't.
Okay, VP with 2 national companies, but it is taking way too long. Why? Okay, yeah, so you asked it here.
Yeah. I don't think she ever told me.
Right. Okay, now you want to have a clear idea if there's a match. Now, she's applying for a VP job. And so it's okay, it's appropriate, to ask, so what's the salary range for a job like that? Why do we want to know? Because you want to be able, when we get into qualify, well, you're trying to qualify her. And so let's say it's we have no idea. It could be an $80,000 a year job. I mean, it sounds impressive. But if it's an $80,000 a year job, then what you're going to have to do is show her how, what does she have to do to make 80 grand? Well, for one, okay, so for one thing, you use the project launch script and show her how she can make senior director in the next 3 months. That's going to be 30 to 40 grand. And you'll get her attention. But but that's important. The other thing that would have been helpful, see if you ask if the sequence here is magical when you follow it. For example, why'd you leave your last job? When she tells you that, then it's an appropriate question to ask, so what have you been doing since then? I mean, we're talking about 6 months. Why do you think it's taking so long to find a job? How are you surviving financially? Okay. So this way it's a little out of step, it's a little out of sequence. You asked her, why did she leave the job? She never told you. Because people will tell you what they want to talk about. If they don't answer it, it isn't that they didn't see it, it's that they didn't talk about it. So this was live, it's going back and forth. And 24th. So she's here right now. Okay. So this was today. This afternoon. Trying to define it is getting critical. So let's come back. And to move it, let's ask her a question that she's going to be interested in answering. So what? We'll just send that over. We'll look at the other ones. Oops. I don't know why these things are doubling up. Okay. So let's look at, who was the next one?
Look at Kelly Post next. She's when we were talking to, she took a position as a recruiter, but she doesn't like it.
K-E-L-L-Y or I?
Kelli.
Okay, now. Now. The importance of using their words. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Well, okay,
She worked for a friend of mine here in Midland for a while.
gotcha. He said, it's not my kind of sale. So here, what will you be doing? The better, we talked about this, the better question would have been, what kind of sales is it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're using their words, so. Okay, so you asked her here. When do you start your new job? Well, that's an easy enough question. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You ask the right question and boom,
They're right back at you.
they come right back. In fact, you know, you have to be sensitive. I mean, don't want anybody to get into a car accident because you're asking a question and they're texting you while they're driving. But we'll be flexible at this point. Okay. So you got to figure what does she have to do? Now, $125,000 a year.
That's executive director pay.
Right. So you're talking to her at the executive director level, and the beautiful thing is, so we were looking at the other one. So we come back and look at Mindy, and why did she leave her last job? Now, isn't this one of those companies that let a whole bunch of people go?
No, that one is the third one down.
Okay. So, okay, so the bottom line is, the only way that she's going to come into your business and make executive director is you're going to have to show her how she could bring in 5 or 6 that can go to senior director. She gets 5 or 6 senior directors, that's going to bump her up to executive. However, you got to look at her background. 20 years of sales. So she can sell at many levels. She's got the background to do it. Okay. She's got the background to do it. And of course, she hasn't been working. So that's an issue. And she's been a nurse for a long enough period of time. But she doesn't give us any years. She knows all about network marketing. Somebody has told her about it. So let's go back and look at her message. Where'd it go? Okay, So now you got a retention. Um,
Do you want to ask her how she's been surviving economically?
well,
She says she's already said it's getting critical.
well, let's ask this question. Why? Why do you think? Now, why do we want to ask this question? When people start to talk about themselves, what's happening is they're reminding themselves why they're in the situation they're in. And that brings their past into the present. Remember, we said this in, I think it was the second session of boot camp. The longer a person is in a painful situation, the more likely they're going to be, the more open they're going to be to looking at your possible solution to relieve their problem. So realistically, okay, she's at the upper end of the employment sphere that you're looking at versus a nurse, someone in retail sales.
Mhm.
Okay. Showing her how she can do it, is well, you know the drill. I mean, we've done this with other people that were looking at making this kind of money, and you got them in. So it's just a question of having the patience to learn enough about the other person. We follow the script. Now, let's come over here and look at the other one. But Kelly. Okay, this was this afternoon. So maybe, see,
That was a week ago.
okay. So here's the thing. When you send a message, you never know what the other person's doing. So she could have seen it. You don't want to make any assumption. Oh my God, she saw it, but she didn't write back. Well, maybe she didn't have time. All right. So if this was a week ago, great. Today's Monday. And of course, the other question we want to ask is Kelly around? And she's not. But that doesn't mean it. Okay. So what we're going to do here, probably had a great weekend. How are things going at your new job? Okay. This is what it's all about. It's all about walking somebody through a conversation and not pushing, just using her words. That's all it's going to take. Let's take a look at Gary.
I think Mindy came back.
Did she? And well, I like easy. You say Mindy came back? That was a great question. I mean, you could have so much fun with this. So here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. Consolidation. You have more people being let go. There's more competition for the same job. And what companies are doing is if they have 10 potential people for the same job, they're looking to bring someone in that's qualified and pay them less.
Mm-hmm.
So the longer she's been doing something, the longer she's been at this, it's not a benefit. And so all right. All right, so what's the next question? That was a great question. So we'll say, let's have some fun with this. No, we got to stay serious. Okay, so let's ask the question. Pop that over. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do get a little creative here. So I'm going to come up here. Come over here. Jump into LinkedIn here. And let's look at Debbie. And
All we
while
see is a black screen, Max.
I know.
Okay.
So Debbie, because I'm going into a different window, you have to give me a number. They send it to your phone. And let me,
Hey, Max. So I put it in chat, but it's 510214.
okay. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to switch back and forth. Let me also unmute. Where is she?
We're having a party.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Max.
Okay, so I opened up on Robin. Because Robin's having a lot of fun. And okay, so Robin, how's everything going with you? How was your day?
My day is great. It's hard to sleep right now. I have so many conversations going on right now. It's hard to walk away.
Yeah. I have to emphasize that, you have to pace yourself because, I didn't tell you that when we
No,
started,
you didn't.
because you're already addicted to this thing and it's funny, but years ago I was working with probably one of the biggest leaders in nuclear, and we're talking about, this is 2004, 2005, and he plays golf from April to October. He doesn't work, just plays golf. And he got to a point in time where he couldn't walk by his laptop without running over to see,
Uh-huh.
who was there.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember, you got a life, but by the same token, where do you want to be by the end of the year?
Senior director,
All right, and where are you now?
D6.
You're there.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, the way you're going, I think you'll make it by Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
You do too. You do. And all right, so let's take a look over here for Debbie. And Debbie, who are we looking at?
Carrie London. She's the one that posted about being tough or not tough and not competitive. But
Right.
but she posted something today. She's from another country, basically. She hasn't spent a lot of time here. And so I don't think that means what we think it means.
Okay, how do you spell her first name?
Kerie.
Okay,
Because she posted something today. Matter of fact.
okay. This is one we have to do. We got to do it together. This is a little okay. So what you did here was you started with the it's amazing how this works, isn't it? You find out what people are doing, what people like, and then we come back and we say, hey, isn't it amazing? We both like doing the same thing. Okay. Now, there are many opportunities for people with your level of experience in coaching and training who love to teach that are starting new careers. Would you like to know what I'm doing, what they are doing Says, I would love that. I'm wondering if I'm meant to be part of the corporate world, as I'm not that tough and I'm definitely not competitive. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. How long? How long did she work?
She's worked all over the world and while you're looking, so today she posted something about, to be honest, I'm struggling to adapt to the American culture. And she was raised in New Zealand, and a lot of people in other countries are not taught to really talk about themselves. They were taught to heads down and bum up. So in other words, work hard, work your butt off. And your accomplishments will show who you are.
Okay, but look, my mission in life is to support people to better educate themselves by being the bridge between curriculum and mastery and choosing. I mean, this is what network marketers do.
Yep.
Okay. So let's take this. Let's come back over here. Now. Now you notice there's two different shades. We pasted that in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the typing is a lighter color. So if we were to send it this way, the lighter color is not going to transmit. So we have to write it in. And then copy the whole thing and send it. On your profile, you said your mission. Oh. So the whole thing disappeared.
Huh.
Let's see if we can paste it in here. That. Now, remember, we already said when we talked to her, you both do the same thing.
Right.
So we're going to say here. That's what I do. And you don't have to be a part of and you don't have to be a part of the corporate world. That's what I do too. And remember, we want to take the eyes out.
Right.
So now would be the time, because that was the next question. What experience have we had with the network marketing business model? But as we do now, what we're going to do is we're going to copy the whole thing to make sure we transmit it, as I'm not that tough. Send it over. It's all about letting what I have to do is, if I go over to back over here. Okay. But the walls are closing in. Okay, which means that been out of work for 6 months. Walls are closing in. So she's going to be open to looking at some other things. Okay, so okay, so here's where we're going. And Jim, this is exactly like the other conversation we went through. In other words, what we have to do is we're going to write it up. But essentially, many professionals, many of the professionals, many of the nursing professionals that I work with that found themselves in your situation where they're not able to find jobs in their field are moving to other industries. I mean, this is right out of
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where you're going.
okay.
I'm going to ask her what she knows about network marketing.
Well, first, before you ask her what she knows about network marketing, we want to ask her, how does she, would she be open to looking at another industry? Let her tell you that first. If she's got her heart set and staying where she is, then it's a moot point. But because the walls are closing in, she's running out of money.
Could you ask her if she would be interested in going down a different path in health and wellness?
Well, the thing is that's the way. Instead of asking it that way, we word it differently. In other words,
Okay.
what we want to say is, look, so it's not just unique for her. Many of the professionals many of the nursing professionals that I work, that when I say many of the nursing professionals that you work with that have, that are basically in the same boat she's in, have found positions in other industries where, and again, we have to come, she likes to, we got to pull these things off of her profile. She thrives in sales. We have to pull all of the things that she likes to do, and we have to show her that she can do all the things she likes to do in another field. And ask her there, would you be open to looking in another industry, in another field, if you could be doing all the things that you love to do? And would you be open to looking at field B if you can't get in something in A, but you could go over to B and do all the things that you enjoy doing in A, you can do in B, and conceivably even make more money? Would you be open to would you be open to switching? You want to paint a rosy but realistic picture of what's available to her if she were to come into your business first. Because if you just came right out and said network marketing, right away, because it's going to trigger, oh my God, not another one of those pyramids.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is we have to paint a realistic but a rosy picture of what the potential is. You're still going to have to deal with her negative perception about network marketing. That's coming. Okay, but she's sharp enough, and clearly you've made the key to all of this, folks, is making the connection, is getting somebody to come back and communicate. Okay. It's like when you get people that open up and tell you things, there's a level of trust that happens when this happens.
So do I need to tell her that I'll get back to her tomorrow, or
No.
just drop it?
No, you don't have to say anything. Okay. You don't have to, because, things happen. Your phone rings. We don't have to say goodbye. We didn't, we don't have to say goodbye. Just leave it like this. And I want you to write something up, send it to me, and we'll do it in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Because, and here's the other thing. Every day, we come over here. So there are going to be new people that want to connect with you. And then again, let's come back over here to your network. So you got 5 more people that, are looking to connect with you. And I've got a list, James, of people that we have to get back to, that you've been connected to for a while.
Okay.
It's all about following up. So we'll touch on that tomorrow.
Okay.
All
So you want
right.
to do the rest, those other 3 tomorrow morning too?
Yep. Okay, let me do this. Let me pop out of your account. Come back over. And let me pop down here to Dennis really quick.
I'm with you, Max.
Yeah, so how's everything going, Dennis?
Not good. They left Plantation yesterday at 11 o'clock and drove straight through and got to the hospital, and his wife passed away at 3:15 today.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she had massive bleeding in the brain.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
and I don't know when my wife's coming home. I was gonna stay here till Saturday. I might be here longer now. So,
well, look, you got to do what you got to do as far as family,
yeah, exactly.
but you're sitting on you're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a lot of free time to myself now, so that's good.
Right. And here, Dennis, here's the thing that, when you're in a situation where, there's illness, death in the family, anything like that. Any tragedy is I mean, you have to deal with it. But the one thing that literally can lift your spirit is to change your focus. And
Yeah,
so,
Exactly.
so getting away from that for an hour or two and doing this takes you away from that. And it can be
It's actually refreshing.
exactly. So I tell you what I'll do tomorrow. I'll pop into your account because I know
Okay.
you said you'd send out some of those project launch scripts. I'll jump into your account and look and see what you did.
Okay.
And I'll
Not the
be,
project long script, just icebreakers.
oh, okay. The icebreakers.
Yeah. How long you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you?
Perfect. That's all I wanted you to do.
Yeah. Oh, no. I did the first one, which say LinkedIn thought we should
Right.
hook up and blah, blah, blah. That one.
Right. Now you got to go back and confirm it with the icebreaker.
Yeah. Do the second one.
Right. And now
Yeah.
just do the second one, because now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and I'm going to show you how to start the conversation with these people and introduce and basically what we're going to do is we're going to start out with gas. I just filled up my car. How much does it cost? How much does gas cost where you are?
Right. Exactly.
So you bring that up, and then of course the other question is what prompted you to become an Uber driver?
Right.
Okay.
Because
Now,
some
there-
of my contacted have been doing it 7, 8, 10 years. I mean, some of them are long term.
That's right. And so there's two possibilities. One possibility is you're going to find an Uber driver that wants to buy the product because they're going to save money.
Right.
But what you're really looking for is you're looking for an entrepreneurial Uber driver, and everybody that's an Uber driver is entrepreneurial.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you want to find the Uber drivers that are entrepreneurial enough to where they can start doing the business by talking to all the other Uber drivers that they know.
Right.
Okay. And once this thing starts to roll, it's going to be
Huge.
yeah. It's going to be huge.
It's
Okay.
I think it's going to explode, Max.
Yep. No, I know. So let me do this. Let me pop out of your account. Or
Your economy.
yeah, right. I'm in my account. Let me come over here and let me unmute Bill.
You trying to reach me, Mac?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to follow up. Let's skip this part here. And so now what's happening is if we come back over here to your messages,
There's a Kevin DeLosa that asked me a real pointed question that he's down right
Okay.
there. And maybe I went too fast. I've been listening to this other stuff and I'm getting other ideas for more questions.
okay, so it's kind of interesting because what he's doing here is he's trying to sell you something,
Yep. He's trying to sell me on his business.
right? But here's the thing. Now he's in the Philippines. So do you do business in the Philippines?
No, maybe I will.
Well, that's one of the things that you really have to pay attention to.
I'm sorry, but I see our business does business over there in that area.
Yeah, so one of, if they're opening it up in the future, that's another thing.
Okay.
But see, the interesting thing is now, when he says he's open for work, he doesn't mean he's looking for work. It means he's saying, hey, I'm looking for business.
Yep.
I'm a social media, blah, 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 blah. So again, so we don't need to waste time
Okay.
with somebody like this.
All right. Don't waste time. Okay.
Yeah, so here, okay. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Just build up the first and the second questions. Don't worry about the next one,
Okay.
okay? Because what I want to do with you is jump into your account and we'll do these together. See,
Okay.
instead of saying, what do you do at your business? Let's see if that was the best question that you could ask. Oh, she's holding a dog. I was about to say that's a funny looking pig. Or swine.
Yeah, really.
So again, what the direction that your conversations are going to go are basically what brought you, why'd you get into this line of work? What was it that attracted you, to this line of work? So even if there isn't an obvious need, you're going to be able to come back and we're going to be able to say, once we know why they did it, we're going to be able to come back and say, many of the people that are in this line of work are also generating additional income. Okay.
I see.
And so that's the way we're going to introduce it. Even though there's no need, we can still introduce it that way. So are you on my schedule this week? I didn't
have anything. You said you were going to try and work that in.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach out to you tomorrow and you have to check on my schedule. I want to get you on this week.
Okay, good.
Okay.
'Cause there's a few others that I don't know where to go with it.
I got you. All right, folks. We're we're gonna be back tomorrow for 9:30 and 4. And I just want to remind all of you that boot camp starts on Thursday. Let me just, there was something I wanted to do here. Let me take a look. Mary. So Mary, do you see yourself on here?
The first picture.
Whoops. So Mary, what are we marketing and selling?
We're selling the pharmaceutical grade nutraceuticals and a water filtration system.
And you're still working with the Army Corps of Engineers?
Yes. For 3 more years. I can't see, the screen is small.
Well, you're your profile really needs a lot of work. Are you registered in boot camp?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, we may make you a case study on, we may make you a case study in the first night. Because what this needs to be about you, not about, say, Care Beyond CBD. There's too many people out on LinkedIn that are selling CBD products. This is gonna basically turn people off. We really need to rework this. What is,
Okay.
what's the best number to reach you,
901-216-5629.
right? Right. And I'll try to give you a call tomorrow, give you a.
Okay.
I'll be calling you from area code 561.
Okay.
All right, so we'll talk to all of you tomorrow.